Hello.
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 Testing, testing.
So, D&D Session 3. Yeah, so give us a little recap of where we are at the moment.
The brave adventurers, Maidawin, Brick, and Dylan have discovered a great ill at the centre of the Direwood, and they've journeyed to a village. They've asked about what's going on. It was entirely pointless, part 1 of D&D. So eventually, in part 2, they found that there was ice and snow at the centre of a wood in the middle of summer, and there was a giant spire reaching out to the sky. A giant blue spire with weird runes and horrible figures of demons carved into the side of it. They fought some goblins. They made friends with a goblin called Barry, who's joined them on their adventure, and we join them as they are about to enter, finally about to enter the icy spire.
Dun dun dun.
It's taken us months to get here. Dun dun dun! Oh, and Dylan's like a human bard who doesn't really feature in it much at all. And I just can't be asked. I can't be asked to play a character and attempt
He does
DM shite.
nothing. We leave him behind. He gets stuck in his tent.
I just forget that he exists.
Hello, and welcome to TTT.
Brick and Maidawin and Dylan and Barry and Bubbles, our troop of adventurers, are outside of this horrible, menacing spire that reaches up into the sky. There's snow swirling around them. The ground under their feet is hoary, let's say. That's a lovely
Okay.
word, isn't it? Hoary.
Yeah, hoary. It's not a word you hear outside of fantasy fiction.
No, not really. Something tells me that I should have listened to the D&D 2 podcast so that I would know where we were at exactly.
We're at the doors.
But bugger that.
We're at the doors.
We're at the door.
Yeah, I don't
We
think
need
we'd
to open the
them 'cause
door.
we were a little bit distracted.
We need to open the door.
The door is... I need to actually find the description of the door.
This is a great start. So we got an icy tower. What's it made of ice? I mean, now we can actually see it. It's just like, what is it? What does it look like? You know, Canary Wharf, Eiffel Tower.
The tower is... No.
It's a thing from Neverending Story.
It
but with
kind of
ice
looks
on.
like a stalagmite. It's encased in ice. The sunlight's reflecting off of that ice.
How tall is it?
It's very tall.
Right.
It just disappears off forever.
Oh, right. So
into
it's
the
very,
sky.
very tall. Okay. And there's a door in
Yes.
it at the bottom.
It's at least 100,000 meters tall.
Right.
It's so tall the clouds cover the...
Yeah, it's like that tall. It just disappears off.
Okay.
The cobblestones on the pathway are all frozen over. You're stood on that pathway, directly in front of the only entrance that you can see in the tower. It's a single door with a foot-thick sheet of solid ice covering it.
Okay. Steel door.
It doesn't matter what the door's made of. You've got to get through a foot of ice covering it first.
I have a fire blast thing, don't I? And the idea was that I could burn through the door, the ice.
Do you know what I'm just going
Right.
to do? Right, combat, I'm just going to explain now. We're doing combat completely differently, right? Instead of it being based on whether you hit something and how much damage you do with dice, like D20 dice, for example, you're going to do more damage based on how good a description you give on the attack. So, Hannah, you're about to try and melt through the ice covering a door, right? You need to give as detailed and as florid an expression of your abilities as possible in order to get through that foot of ice covering the door. So go for it.
With a headache, thank you.
What's wrong with you, Hannah? So you've got...
I've got a bad headache. I've taken pills for it.
AIDS.
My eye is like... I've got a blood vessel popped in my eye.
You've got a blood vessel
stress.
popped in your eye from stress. You're sure it's just drugs.
Yes, and it's making my head hurt. It's not drugs.
Are you like, have you got one big
it makes
red
it worse
eye,
to
like
concentrate.
creepy, like weird eye?
Oh no, it's not filled, but it's like, all the
It's the
capillaries
evil
are
eye.
now burst.
Oh man, that sounds gross. Do you have like a
It is.
drooping
If
side
you-
of your face, like a withered hag?
No, I haven't had a stroke. I've just popped the blood vessel.
If you wink at someone using your bad eye, does it squirt blood at them? I'll tell you what, Hannah. We're playing this D&D game. I want
Oh, really?
you to roleplay fire shooting out of your bad eyeball and melting that door. I want you to give as good a description as
Yeah.
possible, right? Fire is shooting out of your bad eye at the door.
Go.
Go.
Okay, fine. But not through the eye. That's just silly.
It's got to be through the eye.
No eye.
It's got to be
It's
through
got to
the
be
eye.
through the eyeball.
For God's sake.
It's got to be.
I hate you both. Okay, Madeline does a sort of weird, like squinting thing where she closes her normal eye and then, like, I can't even describe what it looks like.
Looks like Popeye.
Yes. Effectively. You just summarised it there in a word.
Oh god!
And she oh dear, she stares at the door, and the first thing you notice is that there's a little bit of heat. Probably a little bit more than normal, obviously, because it's quite
So
cold.
she's straining, she's going
And-
with one eye closed, and there's a little bit
Yes.
of heat.
I'm getting there, hang on. And then, basically,
Dylan-
it starts to
Dylan
build
reaches out
and
towards
build.
you. He rubs his hands and he like holds the palms up towards you. So he's like warming himself.
Brick pulls out a small wooden stick with a marshmallow on it and holds it out.
Oh dear. Anyway, so does that, and then you start to notice that the ice, like there's little bits of ice that are starting to drip, and you can hear just like the drops falling on the floor, and basically that gets louder and louder, and
Louder
eventually
dripping.
you get
Yeah.
louder dripping, and you start to get rather large chunks of ice that are just sort of cracking off and falling to the
Can
floor.
we see any flames?
So are you like a
Is there
microwave?
No.
any, like,
Have you like got on some sort of microwave
Yes.
eye beam going on?
Well, you can't set
What the fuck is
fire
this?
to
It's like
ice, can
Are
you?
you like Superman?
Yes.
The centre of the icy spire is completely melted away, but the outside is still totally frozen.
Brilliant.
It's like the reverse of the microwave.
Well, the thing is, right, chemically, you wouldn't be able to set fire to it, would you?
But the flame's supposed to be. It's called burning spray, right? You shoot out fire. Fire just spurts out of you and goes towards your enemies. So there's got to be fire.
Well, I was getting there, and then you two, like, just ruined it, so...
Are you gonna go Super Saiyan? The flame's gonna shoot out of your head.
Yes. Actually, I woke up this morning and my hair was like... Did you ever see a BBC programme called Cave Girl?
Vaguely, yeah. It was a bit
Uh,
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens with my
I kind
hair.
of fancied her a bit.
Oh god. Oh, how
Kind of
how
couldn't
old
help
were you
it.
at the time?
She was, I will admit, she was quite attractive. Well, it was like when I was about 14, I think that was around, so he was probably like
20.
20.
old.
That's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
No, because the girl who played it was actually like 20, so it's fine. But
No,
she
she
wasn't.
wasn't.
She was
Oh,
quite,
fuck
she
off.
was.
She wasn't 20.
All of these people are when they play them in like
20.
these things. So all teenagers you see on screen are all like 25.
Yeah.
I think Jennifer's Body, the new Diablo Cody movie starring Megan Fox. Megan Fox plays cheerleader or something, but she's. I mean, what? She's like a woman.
She was born in 1979, so she's like...
She's 30.
Yeah, she's 30.
Hannah. Anyway,
Okay,
we're
yeah.
getting
so,
sidetracked. We're getting sidetracked.
Can I carry on? Yeah. Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, fire.
Fire.
Right.
Is this still going? Haven't you figured out yet, Simon, what's happened yet?
We're trying to get through this fucking
He wants
door.
me to use fire.
Is she
Come
still
on, Hannah.
like burning through the door with her microwave I-beam? I think that's fine. We don't need to do any more than that.
Good.
Okay.
What happens to the fucking door?
He's being fussy.
The ice has melted somewhat. There's still like a few inches of ice covering the door. So maybe Brick could try and bash his way through and try and break that thin layer of ice.
Yep, sounds good.
So
Let's
give
do
me
that.
a good description of how you do it.
I lean back, right, taking the full weight of my body into my arm, and then I swing my fist forward in an extremely forceful fashion and thunder into the door.
Do you make any noise as you do this?
I go, no, I don't. I'm a robot. I'm silent running.
Brilliant. I go, no, I don't. Oh, if only you'd made a noise, then you would have broken through for sure. Are you sure you don't want to make like some kind of yell, some victory call, a war cry?
Brick doesn't have any of that stuff. He's just automatic. He just, just does stuff.
Well, if you don't, then you're not getting through that door.
I'm just gonna keep hitting it again and again. Seeing
It's
what
no
happens.
good. It's no good. It needs some kind of a shout to break it down. It's like you're a tennis player. You can't score an ace unless you go ah! Like that.
Actually,
serve.
They've stopped the girls doing that in Wimbledon now. They're not allowed to shout.
Oh god damn, that was
Sorry.
the best thing about Wimbledon.
Well, the thing is,
Come
you
on.
had the girls that did that, and then you had like Serena that just went ooh.
Yeah, it's like a builder taking a dump. It's like "Ugh!"
Some of us like that.
Do we?
Sorry.
I think
Well-
the women's tennis viewing figures went up like 100-fold after women started grunting.
Look, you've got to grunt to get through this fucking door, or like give a war cry, or yell, or
Alright.
do something.
Ah!
The ice smashes apart. It's gone.
What?
The ice has just disappeared with your victory call, your sonic effect. The ice is shattered, and you can see the door just standing there. It looks old and knackered. You can see why they put like a foot of ice in front of it, because it didn't seem very strong.
Okay. Is there a door handle?
There isn't any door handle, no.
Is there a doorbell?
There is a doorbell, yes.
Okay. I press the
This is
doorbell.
a fantasy setting. Why is there
No,
a
there
doorbell?
isn't a doorbell.
Okay, there's a
Are there
doorbell.
any rooms?
You ring it.
There might be a knocker.
You ring it, and it goes ding 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 da ding 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 da ding 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 ding. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna wait, see if anyone answers.
Yeah.
I mean, what if like the person who's at home is on the top floor? It's gonna take him like weeks to get down to answer the
There'd
fucking
be a
door.
lift. There's always a lift.
Yeah, or a
Teleporter,
teleport
yeah.
thing.
Alright.
So you're just gonna wait for the guy to answer
Sorry,
the
so
door.
is there actually a doorbell and it rang that, what is that, the Great Escape theme tune or something?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So you're just gonna stand around, waiting. What are you gonna say if someone opens the door? How are you gonna react to them?
Would you like to buy some cosmetics
Have you ever thought of letting Jesus Christ into your
from
life?
Avon?
I think we just give Barry a little tap and make sure as soon as the door opens a crack, a crossbow bolt goes straight through.
Oh God! So you're just gonna kill?
A small question.
Hell yes, we are.
Yes.
Does the door like open as in when you push it, or is it just
Are you
not
saying that
moving
you
at
want to push the door?
all? Maybe try it. You know,
Okay, so who's gonna push the door?
Barry.
Why are we sending Barry in? You're not sending Barry in.
He's
You
expendable.
don't control Barry. He's not expendable. You go and push the fucking door, Madia.
Well, if it's trapped, Hannah could just be
Fine, I'll push the
burnt to a
door.
crisp,
I'm pushing
or
the
like
door.
have acid poured down on her.
Lean on the door.
Okay, you're pushing the door. The door opens.
Right.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, I'm
You
glad
left
we
it
rang the
unlocked.
doorbell. Jesus.
It's okay. So you're in. You're in the tower, the icy spire. Oh my god, this is terrifying. So you're in a little foyer area, which is quite nice.
A foyer?
Yes.
That makes it sound like there's elevator music playing in the background, a little water dispenser.
Well, actually, the interior it continues the same theme that was established by the exterior, with the demonic carvings in the like blue stone. You can see that there's stairways on either side of the room to your left and right. It's quite a large open area. The ceiling's over 20 feet high up. You can see that there are horrible statues of carvings of these weird devil creatures. They have oddly gleaming eyes that seem almost alive.
Oh god. Can I preemptively smash a few?
You just want to go. You just walked into someone's house and you just want to smash up the furnishings.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do that. I'm not that paranoid. I'm alright. I can defend myself. I'm fine. Let's go. Let's go.
There's a door immediately to your left and immediately to your right. There's a door at the back of the foyer, and of course there's the two staircases that lead upstairs.
Right, well, I'm gonna, like, signal for everyone to, like, stay behind me and gingerly walk towards the door nearest on the left and see if I can see... Is it closed or is it open?
The door is closed.
Okay, but there's a statue with glowing eyes.
Directly next to the door, yeah.
Right, okay, what is the statue of? Some sort of a creepy demon creature thing?
A creepy, misshapen, horrible demon that's carved into, it's the same material. It's that same blue rock. It's covered in the runes. And it's got weird, glowing, shiny eyes.
I'm going to approach gingerly.
It seems as though it's staring directly at you.
Right.
Not at Maidowin, not at Dylan, who's somewhere at the back.
Not Barry.
Not Barry, not Bubbles.
Okay, I'm going to signal for Barry to take aim with his crossbow.
Right.
Then
How are you going to signal that exactly? What kind of signal are you doing to say, Barry, I want you to load? Hang on, his crossbow's broken, isn't it? Didn't you break it?
Oh, no, he mended it. Didn't he mend it?
He might have done. He might have done.
I'm going to signal like this. I'm going to take two fingers. I'm going to point them into my own eyes.
Right.
And then I'm going to point them into his eyes. And then I'm going to point
Not
them
the SAS.
at the
Okay.
the statue.
Right, I gotcha. Okay, well, Barry, he draws out his crossbow nervously. He looks a little bit twitchy. His eyes are darting around. He looks down at his crossbow. He loads a bolt into it. He draws it back. He takes aim at you.
Whoa.
Fires the crossbow. The bolt just kind of like falls out onto the floor.
Why did he take aim at me?
I don't know. He's probably a bit confused about the weird signals that you're doing. It's like you're pointing at your eyes, and then at him, and then at a statue. He's not a clever lad. He's a goblin.
Alright, okay.
So he tried to shoot
But
you,
The crossbow's sort of
but the
broken.
crossbow bolt just kind of like fell out the
Okay,
end.
so he hasn't
It
hasn't
fell
really
out.
mended the
Plonk.
crossbow. Thank God for that.
There's a clatter as the bolt hits the floor.
Alright. Well, in that case, I'll put Barry down, and I will raise my shield and sort of approach the statue and see if I can get to the door and open the door before it comes alive. And if it doesn't come alive, then that's cool.
Okay. So you're slowly walking up towards this statue, and it's staring intently at you. You're going ever closer to it. You've got your shield up in front of you. You're peering over the top of the shield. The statue's staring at you. It's following you as you're moving towards the door. You're stood directly in front of the door now, next to the statue. The statue's looking down at you. You can't be sure, but it seems as though its head turned slightly to follow you. And it's still just staring at you with its weird glowing glassy eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna push the door open with my foot.
Okay, you kick at the base of the door. The whole of the bottom half of the door just shatters apart into splinters. So you can't actually see into the room, but now there's only half of a door there.
Can I send Bubbles in to have a quick look around the door?
You could do if you wanted.
Because obviously it's a spirit cat.
So you're sending
Well, then I'll
a
send Bubbles.
kitten into
It's not
a
like it can
room.
die, I can resummon it.
Okay, spirit cat. So Bubbles the kitten, spirit kitten.
What are you gonna do, Hannah? Are you gonna like kneel down and gently push the kitten under the door or something?
Bubbles is in a little. I have a little bag. You like Paris Hilton.
You can talk to it.
Yes. No, it's my herb bag. Because remember, I had a herb bag. The cat sits.
Handbag with a little kitten poking its head out of it.
Yeah. So I just basically whisper to the cat
Oh.
to tell it to go and have a look around the door, and it hops out and sort of like stumbles along because it's actually just like.
Okay. Now, when you're talking to the cat in your language that only you and the cat understand, I want you to tell the cat right now what you want him to do, but you have to use it in like the voice that you talk to cats in.
I don't have a cat voice.
Okay.
It understands.
Everyone's got a cat voice. Everyone's got a cat voice. You got to talk to him like you're talking to a baby or something.
I'm trying to not say. The only thing I can think of that's complete gibberish is goo goo gaga.
Fuck's sake. Okay, so you go gaga, gaga goo goo. The cat, it like patters along the floor to the bottom of this door. It's between Brick and the statue, the deadly, scary devil statue with the glowing eyes, who looks down at the cat and it suddenly moves like lightning. It picks up the cat in its fist and it throws it across the room. The statue has come alive and it's acted and it's thrown your cat across the room.
Yeah, I'm not very happy. The cat, I don't know how the spirit thing works. I mean, is it just gonna like die and then respawn?
It hits
Yeah,
the
before it
wall
hits the
with a
wall.
wet thud and then it just vanishes.
It instantly dissolves into thin air.
That's what happens.
Brick
Leaves a little stain.
Brick reacts quickly, as his eyes were already on the statue, and brings his mace down in a wide arc
Where are you trying to hit it though?
in the face.
Okay. You successfully managed to smash your mace into the face of this horrible demonic statue. You hear a horrible cracking sound. It sounds like 1,000 eggs all being smashed at once. And you draw your mace back and you see that you've shattered the eyes of the demon. And there's like a puff of blue smoke coming out of the eye sockets. The statue just falls with a thud to the ground, lands on your foot.
I like push it off my foot. It's got any pockets or anything? Well, I guess
It's
not.
a statue. It's it's not wearing like jeans and a jacket.
The eyes were the weakness, obviously.
That was a good guess.
I'm gonna kick at the rest of the door.
How can you kick? So you're doing like an overhead kick.
No, I'm just
Over the
kicking
top
at
half
waist
of the door.
height so I can like duck under it. I punch the fucking door.
You punch the door, the top half of the door just shatters into splinters again, and you can see into the room. It's quite a modestly decorated living room. There's a low table, some nice comfortable chairs around it, bookshelves lining the walls. There's a fireplace that has a fire in it, but the fire seems to be blue instead of red and orange. Now, do either of you want to have a look around in this room? It seems to be quite safe. Oh, but the ceiling is slowly starting to lower. No, it's no, it's perfectly safe. You can just walk into there.
I will go in and have a look at like the books, and see if there's anything that I can like understand or something.
You can see that many of the books are to do with something called the Nine Hells, and there's names of various creatures that, with your knowledge of magic, you're able to identify as being devil lords.
Ah!
You can see that there's an awful lot of books that's about a particular devil lord called Asmodeus.
Is there any books here on like ancient artifacts that might have been stolen from my vault?
So, whilst Maidwin's browsing through the books carefully, you're looking around, and you see on the mantelpiece of the fireplace, there's a tiny crystal statuette, a little sculpture.
Does it have glowing eyes?
It doesn't have glowing eyes. It's transparent, but it's got like a glue blow around it, like an aura.
A glue blow?
almost. Fuck's sake, spoonerism. It's got a glue blow around it. It's some kind of demonic figure again. There seems to be a recurring theme. You can't tell who it is. It's just some demon thing. It's a very, very delicate crystal statue. Given that everything else in this room has just fallen apart when people have touched it, you might have to be careful handling it.
Have a look at this, Maidwin.
Statue!
I've got a bag with herbs in and a cat.
You...
Take the cat out, put the statuette in. Cat can sit on my
Is
shoulder.
Maidwin taking a look at it now?
Yeah.
So Maidwin looks at the little crystal sculpture, and you identify who it's a statue of. The statuette of, I should say. It's Asmodeus himself, that half of the books in this fucking library are devoted to.
Is he like a bad guy?
He's one of the devil lords of the Nine Hells, Lewis. Do you think he's a good guy or a bad guy?
Oh.
A devil lord of the Nine Hells.
Just put it in the cat bag, and it'll be safe in there.
Put it in the cat. It's not even a handbag. It's a cat bag.
Because that's good though, because that'll cushion the statue. So if
Okay,
Maidwin
so-
delicately puts it in the cat bag, it'll be fine.
It's a herb bag.
So you put it into your bag, and there's a sound. It's like a ka-ching sound. Because you've just made some money from that. If you're gonna sell it. So that's treasure. You found treasure, guys. Give yourself a round of applause.
Da, 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 da. Right, we'll head back out. So we've just learned a bit more about this place. So there's still two stairways, I
Mhm.
guess, at the end of the hall, and another door there,
Oh, back
and
the
another
way
door
we
on the
came.
other side.
Yeah.
What's happened to the other four statues? Are they still just standing there on their own?
Yeah, the other statues haven't moved.
Right.
Their eyes are glowing and shiny and glassy, but they're not looking at you. They're completely still. They just stood there. You've got no idea if they're alive or if they're just statues.
Can I blow them up with fire? Since I believe crystal, like when submitted to high heat, will shatter.
Okay, so if you would like to describe how you attack.
Yeah. Can I not use my strange Popeye eye? Can I actually use a proper attack?
So come on, Hannah.
Um.
No pressure. But if you
Hang
fuck
on,
it up, the
just
statue is going to come and attack
stall
you,
for a
and it
sec.
might kill you. No pressure though.
Hang on, I've got a good idea. You know Dylan, he has these, like, he has sonic attacks pretty much, doesn't he? Because he, like, screams at them and stuff. Surely, if...
No, it's not actually Sonic.
What is it then?
He could sing. He could try and sing in as high-pitched a voice as possible to shatter the eyes.
No, but what's his attack?
But-
What's his main attack then?
Stirring. No, everything is like a buff to you, pretty much.
He better fucking buff me when I get in combat. I'm gonna be pissed off if he doesn't.
He's gonna buff you right now. La 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 la. He's buffed you.
Well, I feel much better after that.
It's good. It's good.
I feel
You should do.
stronger.
You should do. Harder,
The
better,
stirring song has
faster,
warmed
stronger.
my metal heart.
Okay, Hannah, description of your attack, please.
The burning spray one, yeah? Okay, right. I sort of hold out my hand.
Show you can!
I hold out my hand. Basically, again, the heat is sort of the first thing that you really notice. And then sort of spirals of flames start to emerge, like materialize, sort of like a meter away from the hands, going towards the statue at quite a fast pace. It sort of engulfs the head of this statue and starts to flicker round the eyes.
KO. Perfect.
It is just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So the statue, its eyes shatter because you gave such a lovely description. The
Yay!
heat manages to shatter the eyes. The statue just falls limply to the floor.
Yeah. Well, this door we've just cleared. Let's take a punch at it and see what's in here.
Okay. Sprick
Bathroom, I think.
just punches the door down. It splinters away. You're poking your head around the doorway, and you can see that it's a banquet hall. There doesn't seem to be anything else in here, really. It's just two fireplaces. There's nothing. It's completely empty.
The fireplaces
Can't
are
hear
lit,
a
are they, with
noise.
the same blue
There's
flames?
not even a mouse. That is correct, yeah.
Creepy, creepy, creepy stuff. Door at the end, or the two staircases, which I guess probably lead round to the same place.
Guys, the statues have gone. The two statues at the end of the foyer, you turn around to look for them. They've gone. They've vanished. Dun dun dun. So you're looking around carefully. You're looking up above you. There's no sign of them whatsoever. You take a quick look under the stairways to see if they're like hiding under there, but no, they're not in this room anymore.
Let's see what's in the last door. Let's see what's in the last door.
Okay, you smash down the door, and you can see directly ahead of you it's a small kitchen. There's lots of jars lining the shelves up above. There's shelves everywhere, on every wall, and they're all filled with these glass jars. Inside of the jars, there seems to be like weird... They look like small serpents or something. It's like a slightly light blue liquid or something, with some bubbles in it. I mean, you could go and get a jar and have a look and see what they are.
I'll pass. Is it possibly just jellied eels? Is that what it is? It's jellied eel with like, it's gone a bit frozen in the cold.
That is exactly what they are, yes. That is exactly what they are. How the hell... You son of a bitch. Okay, that is exactly what they are. They're just jellied eels that are frozen. So whoever owns this place, he's just obsessed. That's all he eats.
He's a cockney.
He might be. He might be. If you meet him, I'll have to remember to do a Cockney accent.
Okay. So, let's have a look at these stairs. They bend round, do they?
Okay, so you walk back into the foyer and you look up the stairs and you can hear something in the distance.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town.
What do you think it could
Is
be?
it the cockney, the kitchen man? No, must be the lord of the manor.
The kitchen cockney.
The kitchen cockney.
You can't hear anything at all. The air is still.
I'd
There's
rather
not a sound in the place other than your own footsteps.
Okay.
You want to make your way up to the second floor. Which staircase are you going to walk up?
Right.
Does it matter? Do they bend round to the same place, or are they different staircases?
It looks like they go up into the same area. Yeah.
Right.
Fine. Yeah.
You're taking the right one.
Did I just bugger it up for you?
God damn. Okay, so you take the right staircase, which may well have been a good decision. the entire floor is just one large room, it appears.
Mhm.
It seems like there's bookcases on one side, there's a workbench with weird apparatus and test tubes and flasks. There's crates and barrels on the far side of the room. From where you are now, you can't see the north side of the room too well, because you've walked up the south side. The railings are lovely and decorative. There's I'm just going into too much detail now.
Yeah. So what? So we've got a big, wide open room with some sort of alchemy lab.
Yeah, pretty much. You have to like move about to see the north side of the room a bit
I
better.
mean, how do we get out of this?
Can't
How
quite
do we
make
get
out.
higher? Is there more
There doesn't seem to be
stairs, or is
anything
there
on the
some sort
walls.
of platform? Is there no? What's the exits to this room?
There are no doorways,
Right.
no stairways.
Okay. So
In
is
this
this
room.
suddenly? Is this it? I mean, is this the final room? Let's see if we can ascertain what's on the north side of the room just by walking towards the middle a little bit.
There's carvings into the floor itself, lots of runes and a circle carved out. It kind of glows slightly with like a silvery glow, not blue.
So there's some sort of a
this
demonic
time,
circle
but
in the
silvery.
floor.
That we can
That's
see.
pretty much what it looks like, yeah.
Right, okay. Well, I guess one of us is going to have to stand in it, and something is going to happen. So I'm going to volunteer to go first.
So hang on a minute. You're gonna stand in a possible demonic summoning circle, and possibly summon something.
Yes.
Brilliant. Well, you can do that. I will stand and laugh.
Okay, so you're going over to the silvery summoning circle.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brick walks over to this. He stomps over. He stands in the middle of the summoning circle. What are you expecting to happen exactly?
I'm just waiting for something to happen.
You just stood there.
End of the world.
Brick is in the summoning circle. What are you going to do?
Nothing. I just want to walk out.
Well, as you start moving out of the summoning circle, you feel like a force field or something. There's an invisible surface that stops you from leaving the
done.
circle.
Oh my god.
What did I say?
Okay, so now you're stuck inside of a summoning circle. You're bound into it now.
God damn it.
Which means we now have to fuck about to get you
Okay,
out.
so the summoning circle, it's remember it's carved into the rock of the floor, and it's silvery.
Right.
So Brick, are you going to try and explain your situation to Maderin?
I'm like banging on the force field with my fists. Is Barry in here with me?
Barry's stuck in there too, yeah.
Oh, damn it.
He's looking up at you. It looks as though he's about to cry.
Oh, don't
well
worry,
done.
Barry. It'll be fine. I just like ruffle
He's
his hair.
scratching
Doesn't
at the
have hair.
invisible. He's scratching at the invisible wall with his claws. He's trying to get through. He's crying.
Don't worry, Barry.
He's
It'll
just
be
broken
fine.
down. He's weeping.
He's alright. It's chill, man.
He's
This
dropped.
is just
He's dropped to his knees.
this kind of
got his
stuff
head in
happens
his
all
hand.
the time. He's face palming. He needs to chill out.
Yeah.
Are there any books, like a beginner's guide to summoning circles?
There are plenty of them. Yeah. There's You scan the bookshelves and you see that there's about 14 books devoted to summoning circles.
Any specific ones that say how to get idiot friend out of summoning circles?
Well, the first one that you see, it's rituals and summoning circles, uses and methods, chapter 1, volume 1, even, not chapter 1, volume 1. And the second one that you
that'll do.
see, it's
That'll do.
volume 2, and they go all the way up to volume 14.
I'll start with volume 1.
Okay, so you're going to sit and read through 14 books?
No, I'm assuming there's a contents page.
I'm just gonna sit down. Fuck me.
Like 2 years later, Barry sat there, he's got like a long beard. Brick is in exactly the same position that he was. He's not moved 2 years.
2 years ago.
Okay, so, are you actually going to read through all
No,
these books,
no.
Hannah? Okay, no.
The runes, are they actually properly scratched into the floor? Or are they, like, can you smudge them out?
Okay, the summoning circle is carved into the floor,
Oh, boy.
and it's silvery.
Didn't you find a bottle? Wasn't there? Hang on, look over at the alchemist's table, Hannah. Is there any kind of bottles of like silvery stuff there?
Well, as Hannah is looking through the alchemist lab area of the room, she can see that there's a small bottle of silvery liquid that's labelled Quicksilver.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
I'll pick it up.
Hannah, it's your job. It's your task to free Brick and Barry
Hello.
from this terrible predicament that they found themselves in.
I'm not convinced that this is gonna. I don't. If Hannah like accidentally completes the ritual of summoning by pouring the quicksilver in, surely it's gonna summon some massive monster inside the force
Well-
field with me and Barry.
That is a risk, that if Hannah does
Yep.
the wrong thing, that
Yep.
she could accidentally summon something, I guess.
Oh
Um,
Jesus Christ!
So, Hannah, you're gonna have to be careful here.
So, hang on. The circle itself.
Yes.
Is there a circle of silver?
There's a circle
or
of
is
silver.
it just these runes?
Yes.
So there's an
There
actual
are runes
shape.
that are also silvery, but there's also a lot of runes that aren't. They're just carved into the surface.
Oh. So they sort of need... If one was to perhaps complete it,
Yes.
you'd have to pour the stuff.
Yes. The problem that you're faced with, how do you remove a liquid from like a rivulet? A pipette would be quite useful.
Well, mercury's toxic, so I can't exactly scoop it out, can I?
Bubbles could lick it up, keep dying over and over again.
Yes. You can lap it up.
No!
Sacrificial kitten.
I don't want to do that to my cat, because I'm assuming I need reagents to summon it again, don't I? So there's like a limited... There's a limited amount I can resummon. Is there a pipette or like a cup?
I'm just gonna point. I'm gonna point at the runes without silver in, like to gesture for you to pour silver in, and then I'll bang my shield. I'll be like, I'll be
You're
alright.
to complete the ritual. But, I mean, the thing is, you're bound in there. You're stuck. You're trapped. So even if you summon something and you kill it, you're still going to be trapped in there.
Alright.
So Hannah needs to find a way to break that circle.
Yes, we've established this, I asked!
I mean, you could carve into the rock or something to try and, like...
Or, hang on. Can I, like... Because mercury is a metal. Can I not just, like, evaporate it? This is the solution to everything. Use fire.
Oh, yeah. You could, yes. Yes, you could do that, Hannah.
It boils at 356 degrees C, which is
It doesn't-
perfectly
she could
fine.
probably do it. She could probably do it with her magic.
Oh, and that wouldn't be too bad. The air would be nice and full of
But the
Like-
thing is...
evaporated mercury.
That is the downside.
That would be harmful at all.
That is unfortunately the downside. The air would be highly, highly poisonous.
Just hold your nose. You don't even breathe. What are you complaining about?
Yeah,
Well, you're a
but
robot. So it
there's a
doesn't
good
matter.
chance that
Barry's
you would
just
die, and that
expendable.
Barry would die, and that Dylan would die.
Oh no. Okay, on the alchemy table, are there any, like, liquids that aren't, like, having things in? As in, is there anything I can chuck at it that will react and make it, like, not mercury?
Are there any... Hang on, let's go through that question again. Are there any liquids in which there
they're
isn't
not, like,
anything in?
floating organs.
With
or
having
anything?
anything isn't in?
What's it matter? You can just take the floating organ out.
Yeah, but it's not going to be acid, is it, then?
So looking for some acid now.
Yes, some sulfuric acid or nitric acid, which will dissolve into a salt.
There's acids. There's there's probably bottles
Can I
of
chuck
acid
it
there
at the
somewhere.
mercury?
But you don't know which
Please.
bottles would contain the acid. I mean, there's
I'll
loads of them.
guess. I'll just throw them all.
I don't want to be like
Look,
choking to
You
death.
can't breathe. It's fine. You're not going to choke to death. It's a big room.
Brick is just gonna fall asleep, okay? If you get out of this shit when I'm back, that's fucking fine.
Let's go through this again, okay? The solution to this problem, you can either carve into the floor to make the mercury flow away somewhere else. You can either soak up the mercury somehow, right? Or you can try and boil the mercury, or you can throw hundreds of bottles of weird alchemy components and acid at the summoning circle that contains Barry and Brick.
I'm really tempted whilst he's gone AFK to just like burn the mercury, and if Barry dies, it doesn't matter.
So Hannah, what do you want to do, Hannah? It's your decision.
Okay, burning into the ground. Hang on,
Fire.
I need to think of this.
Good.
I'm basically etching it into the rock, but towards the circle, so that obviously the mercury isn't flowing into it, and then I'm burning it.
What are you etching with?
The burning spray thing.
How can you... It's fire. How can you etch into rock with
Very
fire?
hot fire can melt rock. It's called a volcano.
Well, okay. Well, you can try it. You can try it if you want.
Alright, fine. Yep, I'll do that then.
Okay. So because you've given a poor description, that's like an automatic failure.
I haven't done it yet!
You've had
I
about
haven't
10
done it
minutes
yet.
to do this. You failed abysmally.
Well, it's not my fault that I seem to be the only person in this group who has a skill that actually works on things.
So your fire launches out of your hands, hits the summoning circle. It manages to boil some of the mercury. There's like the air shimmers around this circle. You can see that the silver in the circle is like broken up. It looks like a join the dots puzzle now. There's little blobs of mercury still there, but a lot of it's boiled up. Of course, this doesn't affect Brick. It doesn't affect you because you're some distance away from it. Poor Barry, though, is in the line of fire, and he's encased in like this horrible poisonous cloud of mercury gas.
Lewis is gonna kill me. He's gonna hurt me.
He covers his mouth, he's coughing, his eyes are watering, his skin kind of sizzles slightly and takes on a silvery sheen. It's like this burning hot gas is like scorching his flesh and leaving a horrible scarred silver surface on his skin. Poor Barry. But he looks lovely now. Well, apart from all the horrible burn scars, his skin's like bright silver. But poor Barry, though, he's coughing.
It's fine. He's not. He's an NPC.
Skin's
No one
burnt
cares.
and silver. He doesn't look well.
He's a goblin.
Dylan has to use some of his healing ability on him. He patches his wounds
good.
up.
Dylan can actually do something for once.
Yeah, he sings a song. Poor Barry, you've been burned pretty bad, and stuff like that. He manages to heal, but he's still horribly scarred, and now his skin's silver. I don't know how you're going to explain this to Lewis when he gets back. Why is Barry silver?
Oh, I don't know. I've put you on loudspeaker for the amusement of my housemate. Stop that.
Hello. Oh, I should probably read up on like an expert.
He's called
Hello.
James.
Have I been freed from this prison yet?
You have been, yeah.
Yes.
The summoning circle's been broken. There's still little blobs of
Yeah, it's all fine.
blobs of mercury remain in the circle, but it's not a complete circle
But
now.
we should definitely move on and try and find some way
You look
out.
down at Barry, who's next to Dylan now, outside of the circle, and Barry's skin is like scarred and burned, and now it's bright silver. You know, every inch of his skin is bright silver.
What the fuck happened when I was making a cup of tea?
You're out of the circle now, though. You're out. Hooray!
So am I like burning? Am I alright? Am I covered in mercury and crap?
Yeah, you're absolutely fine.
No, you're a
and
robot. You're fine.
He caught
Only
the
the
full brunt of
NPC
it
got
because
hurt.
Hannah
It's
just
fine.
failed.
He's not an NPC! You're such a bitch! Barry's a person! Treat him like one, Lamadia. Oh man, harsh.
It's payback for Bubble.
Bubbles dies on a minutely basis! He could be resummoned for some cheap ass herbs.
No, he's only died once.
Look, Barry's okay.
He's only died once.
He's not gonna die
He's
or
just
anything.
slightly
His
silver.
skin is just bright
He's
silver
mercury
now.
toxic to goblins.
Yeah,
I
and
guess
his
not, or else he'd probably be dead right about now.
well, he was coughing, but he seems all right. Dylan's looked after
He
him,
seems all right.
so yeah, Dylan's like, hey man, the goblin's gonna be fine.
Okay, thanks, Dylan. It's good to know that. God, Barry's the first real friend Brick has had.
Oh, thanks.
So you've left the summoning circle. Now you've got to figure out how to get out of here.
What's in the barrel?
Sorry, in the barrels. Ah.
What's in the barrels? Yeah.
So Maidwin's going to explore the barrels. Have a look. They seem to be filled with just miscellaneous crap. There's bits of straw and droppings and some bizarre metal implements in there. There's a couple of swords, but they've rusted away somewhat in one of the barrels. Do you want to keep checking the barrels and have a look through all this junk, or are you just not interested in this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull away a few of the barrels and like see what's behind them.
Are you reading my fucking mind or something? Okay, so you you pull apart the barrels, you move them to the side, and you can see that they've actually been hiding something in the corner of the room. Inlaid into the floor, there seems to be a weird platform. It's not quite like a plinth, but there's a bizarre unmarked circular.
It's not a floating disc, is it?
Well, you don't know. Let's see. A circular platform references to a floating disc. It might be, Hannah. It might be. I tried to make these barrels sound like as boring as possible, and it's as though you sensed that something was there, and so you pulled them away. I don't even know how you managed to figure that out at all. So Brick
We're just very clever.
is gonna.
It was a bit conspicuous.
It was conspicuous in the fact that there was absolutely nothing interesting about it whatsoever. Okay. So guys, what are you gonna do with this disc? Are you gonna try and operate it? Are you gonna put bubbles on it and see if you can get it to work?
I think we're gonna. We've had a close look at it, have we? We haven't found any control panels or anything.
Are you standing on it now, by the way?
Yeah, I'm standing on it now. I can't see any buttons or anything.
So you and Barry are stood on it.
Yeah.
You can't. You're telling me that you can't see any buttons. Okay, well you can't see any buttons then.
Can Barry see any?
Can I see any buttons?
Is Maidwin standing on it too now?
No, Maidwin's not dumb.
Okay, Maidwin's not standing on it. You're just looking around it. How else do you think it could be operated with your amazing knowledge
Jump
of
up and
floating
down?
discs? Do you want to jump up and down on it to see if you can
Yeah.
get it to work?
Yeah. It might be like one of
Okay.
those blinds, you know, that you have in the kitchen, where like you have to pull it like a little bit for it to go up.
Pull it down to make it go up. Yeah, yeah. That's true. So you're jumping up and down, stomping about on this disc. It's still not moving. It's not shaking or anything. It's completely still.
Oh
Nice
dear.
work.
It's not hovering yet, is it? It's just laying on
It's
the
not
floor.
hovering. You need to activate it somehow. You need to find.
Yeah, well,
A special
can
way.
Brick get off of it? Because he's a little bit heavy, probably. Which isn't
Alright, I'll
helping.
get off it and let Maidwin get on it.
I'm not getting on it. No one's getting on it.
Well, currently
Don't know what it's
currently
supposed to
Barry stood on it.
do. Yeah, Barry can stay on it.
No, Barry's
Okay.
coming off
This is
it. Come,
practically
come,
dead.
Barry.
We'll leave.
Not
Barry
letting
doesn't know
Maidwin
what's
kill
going on.
Barry. She's trying to kill him at every step.
He's
Well, I will happily put bubbles on it because bubbles is light enough to not actually
Okay.
affect it
so Barry.
if it does lift.
So now Barry and Bubbles are on there. Okay.
Barry's not on there, you
No,
faggot.
Barry's gone. Barry's gone. He took Barry off.
Okay.
Bubbles has just sort of sat down
So
on it
just-
and is just moving.
Just Bubbles. Oh, this is unbelievable. I thought this would be so easy to do.
Is there an on switch?
There isn't any switches or buttons that you can see.
Are there any runes?
Not on the disc, no.
Have we tried shouting at it?
It's unmarked.
What do you mean?
Shouting at it, that might work. So what would you do?
up. So I guess the next.
You'll actually
Hey!
sit on it at once.
Oh my god. Do you see how easy that was? Do you see how easy that was? That's all you have to do.
Oh my
You just
god.
have to command it to go up. That was it. That was this great enigma.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just to be a bit picky here, everything else in this place is like old and possibly demonic or weird runes, but this responds to someone just saying up.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not
So
slightly
what's
weird.
happened?
So you've stood on the disc and you've said up, quite simply. The ceiling above you rapidly opens up and there's like a circular hole and the floating disc just shoots straight up. It's completely dark above the previous floor and you're just rushing through the darkness for probably a good couple of minutes. Is there anything that you want to do whilst you're on this tiny little disc shooting up into the darkness?
Oh crap! So who's on there? Is it just me and Bubbles?
Yes.
But I assume it's just Brick and Bubbles. Brick and Bubbles.
I'll just like look at the cat and go, "No, I'm gonna kick the cat off." Spitefully.
Fuck you.
Oh god, it made me choke. Okay, so you kick Bubbles off. Bubbles goes hurtling through the darkness.
It's fine, I'll just resummon it.
You can't even hear him land or anything because you're just flying upwards. Eventually, you appear at the it's the roof. You're at the roof of the tower now. The disc just comes to an
Holy
abrupt
crap.
stop. You kind of do a little jump in the air. You look around you.
Oh crap! There's some guy here, isn't there?
Well, there may well be.
Bye
Oh
bye.
shit!
The top of the tower presents a bizarre scene that is strangely beautiful in its own way. As you look down, you can see nothing but clouds, but the air around you seems to be like flickering with ethereal energies, and floating in the centre of the tower, the keystone of the apex of the icy cocoon that surrounds this spire is a perfect sapphire, which is about the size of your clenched fist, Brick.
Good grief!
And above this sapphire, the ice that surrounds the tower draws together into a single point, about 20 feet above you. It's like you're in a greenhouse, really.
Yeah. So there's no man, no demonic monster, nothing that I'm gonna have to fight on my own.
Well, there's nothing that you can see at the moment, no.
I'm gonna step off the platform and say down.
Okay.
And then
You might want to send the thing back down.
sort of take up a battle stance just in case
So
something
the
pops out
platform
somewhere.
disappears and there's like a perfect circular hole that just goes down into the abyss. It'll be a good minute or so until that platform reaches Maidawin, Bubbles and Barry. Well, Bubbles isn't back. Bubbles is dead, unfortunately. He's just hit.
No, Bubbles has been resummoned.
Oh right, he's magically resummoned. And he informs Maidawin about what happened. That he was kicked off of the platform. Dun dun dun. So I guess it's time for Brick to do something. To have a look around. To start the big final event
I'm
when
just
he's
gonna-
alone. No, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Well,
It might be better for you to wait, I guess.
I'm quite happy chilling out, waiting for them. Yeah. It's so stupid why that. I mean, that always happens in like films and stuff that people just get somewhere on their own and they just walk towards, the big final sapphire like with their hand outstretched. It's just like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
It's like horror films. Why are you going to investigate a noise on your own in the dark without a weapon?
In your nightie, yeah.
In your nightie, yes. Or
Oh,
why have you not locked your
Hannah,
fucking car door?
Maidawin,
or your
the
door?
platform is landed.
No one locks their doors.
Platform's
ever.
there.
Oh, good.
So I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna sort of say how you. I'm gonna give Barry a little hug, and then I think we'll put him back on my shoulder, unsheath my mace and move towards the sapphire.
Maidwin, is there anything you want to say or anything you want to do?
I don't think it would be appropriate for the listening audience.
Wow, she's that mad. Oh my god.
I just like haughtily stalk past him and ignore him. Really.
I'm just going to approach the
There we go.
gem in the middle quite cautiously and sort of circle around it and have a look.
Just punch it. Well, you can see that the gemstone has little cracks and chips in it.
Is the statue in my bag doing anything, by the way?
You take a look at it and you see that it's gently pulsing
Oh no.
that same glow.
Okay, well, I guess this is the source of the evil. So I am going to...
Don't punch it.
Damn it!
Like-
Why not?
Because, quick question.
I'm going to punch it!
If I move away, if I move away from the gem, does the statue glow less?
It's
or
just
is
constantly,
it just
pulsing as you move around.
Okay.
So,
I
Lewis,
guess
you want
he
to
can
punch the gem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on the platform just in case shit happens.
I mean, there is a sheer drop off of this roof. I mean, there is ice in the way.
Yes.
But if you break through that ice, you would just plummet.
Yes, and that's why I'm not standing on the platform, just in case gem breaks, platform breaks, plummet to death, die.
Okay. So Brick stomps
I'll
up
just stand out the way.
to the sapphire. He pulls back his arm and he punches it square on. Gemstone pulses the bright blue light, and a wave of energy pushes you back, and you're knocked to the floor. A stream of mist billows out of the sapphire, and it coalesces into a thick cloud next to the gem in the form of a massive, muscly, white, furry monster. There's mist coming off of the hair. It's like a horse after it's had a race on a cold day. There's like all this steam rising off of it. The creature roars at you. Okay, so you got a a bizarre muscly yeti creature that you've summoned. You've got a gem that's beating away.
The heart of winter.
Maidwin is going to have to go first because Brick is currently on the floor.
A retard.
Let me guess, you're going to use your fire attack.
No. The statuette thing, has that obviously gotten worse as well?
It's beating away at the same rate as the gem.
Okay, I'm gonna crush it under my foot if I can.
No, it's our treasure!
Fuck you, you don't get a say, you've like buggered everything
So with
up
your
so
action, I mean, you could just throw it to the floor, surely.
Oh,
it's made
it's
of
my
crystal.
treasure!
It's quite brittle. Do you just want to throw it to the ground?
Yeah,
It's a bit pointless to delicately place it on the ground and then stomp on it when you can just chuck it.
No, I'll just drop it.
You
and
could
then
throw it
crush
at the
rest of
creature and see if it bounces off of him. You might even do damage
But
to
don't
him.
be silly.
You don't want to try that, okay?
It won't. I'm not. No, because then that would be like giving him back.
The creature
something
captures
that, might kill him.
the crystal figurine in his hand and he roars with victory and he instantly kills you with a laser beam.
You are aware,
Yeah,
Hannah,
exactly.
that this might like totally backfire and actually just give him more power.
Oh, says the guy who's bugging it
I
up
walk
so
straight
far.
into the circle. Hannah takes out the figurine from her handbag, her cat bag, and she hurls it onto the ground at her feet, and it smashes into 1,000 million billion pieces. The creature doesn't seem to react in any way. The sapphire is still beating at the same rate with the same intensity.
Oh, great! Great!
You've just destroyed a priceless artifact that was worth.
Well,
It was worth about 26,000 gold pieces, and now it's been destroyed forever.
You idiot! I did warn you. Oh.
I mean, it's in tune.
Well, next time you should
It's like
carry this
attuned to the
I would have dropped it and smashed it
sapphire
long
and
ago.
like winter. So,
Yeah, exactly. So it may have broken anyway.
but still, you know, look on the bright side. It's Brick's turn.
Was that my move? Oh.
Yeah, that was it. That was your action.
All right. Okay. Brilliant.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. You decided to do it, and it might have, you know, the monster.
It's
It might
fine,
have hurt
It's
him.
fine. It's
I
fine.
wasn't-
So,
I wasn't
you
the one
know,
that
we
summoned
get in
the-
combat with a massive fucking snow yeti. No problem there. The first thing you do is destroy all of our treasure on your first go, and do nothing else.
What do you mean all of our treasure?
Right. Brick is furious at Maidawin, but he's going to take his fury out on the
Good.
Yeti. So he's going to lumber to his feet, charge forwards, hopefully be able to get in range,
You're
and
gonna-
cleave
I'm gonna bull rush
extremely
the
hard.
spirit of winter. After a long and mighty battle that would take another 1 hour to get through for the poor Yognorts, the Yeti was defeated, but Dylan has fallen. He lies on the floor. So we have Brick, Maidawin, Bubbles and Barry like wailing on this monster, this big hairy Yeti. There's lots of dice rolls and lots of drama, but at the end of it all, the Yeti is defeated, and the sapphire that's in the middle of the rooftop shatters into lots of little shards. Really pointy, sharp-looking shards that are strewn across the ground. And the shards start moving.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, so what's happened?
Towards
Something
you.
has smashed into shards, and now they're coming towards us.
The shards have got little legs, and they're slowly, like, walking
I
towards you.
don't like it.
Can you fire a burning spray, Amadia, do you think?
Yeah, I think I already used the fiery spell on it, and it didn't do anything.
It is made from ice, the heart of winter,
Fine, fiery spell, go!
so I would assume that a fiery spell, AoE fire, was a good option here.
You can throw the cat at it.
No, the cat is not being thrown. Poor fucking cat.
They're coming closer. Another fiery spell. What else are we going to do?
Actually, now that you notice, when the sapphire exploded and the shards just... Oh dear. The shards just flew out of it. One of them seems to have struck Bubbles.
Ah!
And, yeah, Bubbles he disappears in a puff
Oh dear.
of blue smoke, and there's like a bloodied shard where his body was
Oh
lying.
my god. After this massive Yeti battle, which we've skipped, how were our injuries? How is everyone?
Yeah,
Well, Dylan's about to die.
Oh my god.
Maidawin's pretty fine. Brick's alright as well. It's just Dylan who's in danger. Actually, now that you notice, when you look down at Dylan, he's on the floor and he's got like a blue shard sticking out of his chest.
How did this happen?
And he looks up at you and he goes, "Help, man!
God.
I got a shard in my chest."
Oh my god. This is terrible. How's Barry?
Actually, now that you notice... No, I mean, Barry's fine because his skin is like mercurial. But it's Maidawin's turn.
burning spray, go.
You have to describe it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Really.
Just describe you having a shower earlier, and that'll do.
Oh, jeez.
It's what people want to hear. It's what I want to hear.
Okay, she makes elaborate gestures in the air, swinging her arms around, and flames erupt from her hands, covering the ice shard things in molten flame.
That's amazing. That's the best description of burning spray I've ever heard. You managed to hit nearly half of the shards with your wonderful spray. Unfortunately, that does still leave 7 of them tottering towards... Actually, no, one of them is in Dylan, so there's still 6 of them left.
What?
And they're like inching their way towards Brick very slowly.
Right. Well, so she destroyed half of them, did she?
She destroyed 6 of them.
Holy
One of
crap.
them's in Dylan's chest. It's kind of like going in and out of his chest. It's like stabbing him. And he's making horrible squealing noises. And blood's just spurting out of his mouth.
I'm torn now, so I've got a choice between saving Dylan or taking on the 6 remaining shards.
You're not gonna hit them.
I'm just not gonna hit them. It's gonna be like a rhino versus bees. There's just no way it's gonna hit them. Hang on, I'll assign Barry to do Dylan, and I will just trample in like a charging rhinoceros. So I think I'm just gonna run at the remaining shards, and just try and squash some of them beneath my feet.
Well, you got 2 feet, so I'll say that you do crush 2 of the shards under your feet even. Dylan, he can't do anything. He's like spluttering, coughing up blood.
Oh my god.
The shard's just like thrusting in and out of his torso.
That's horrible.
Repeatedly stabbing him. What about Bubbles? Oh god, Bubbles is dead.
I was gonna respawn Bubbles, but you moved on.
Well, you can do that. You can respawn Bubbles.
Yeah, I'll respawn him.
But what are you going to do with him?
Could he go over and like try and pull the one out of Dylan's chest?
He could try. I mean, how's he going to grasp it? He doesn't really have opposable thumbs.
With his teeth!
Okay, so you summon Bubbles, and this little bundle of white fur appears in your hands. And he looks up at you with his big eyes. He smiles. And you gently give him an underarm toss towards Dylan. Bubbles, he lands square on Dylan's chest.
Poor guy.
Unfortunately, on top of the shard.
No.
But he's not dead. He's still alive. He just has this blue shard sticking out of him that's thrusting in and out of Dylan's chest.
It's a bit of a weird image, Simon.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not entirely comfortable with this.
No, I'm
You're not comfortable with the idea of a tiny kitten with like a dagger stuck in its belly, repeatedly.
That's thrusting in and out of a man.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine.
Right.
Nothing weird.
Good. Well, I'm glad that's sorted out then. So whose go is it now?
Well, as Dylan, the extra weight goes into Dylan, he's kind of like grunting now.
What do you mean extra weight?
The weight of Bubbles.
He doesn't weigh anything. He's ethereal.
The weight of Bubbles in the shard is kind of.
He's ethereal.
It's like it's pushing down on his lungs and it's causing the air to escape with every thrust. And Dylan's now he's not just doing his hoarse rasp. He's kind of like grunting. He's going.
Right. Excellent.
Okay, well I think Barry's now reached Dylan.
Okay, so it's Barry's go.
And he's trying to grasp the shard, and he's like holding on to Bubbles, trying to get a good grip on the cat to try and remove the shard. So he's kind of like squatting down over Dylan's chest, grasping onto Bubbles from behind, as Bubbles like bobs up and down with the shard thrusting into Dylan's chest as Dylan goes.
Okay. What does Barry do?
Well, he's trying to grab Bubbles and like pull Bubbles and the shard away from Dylan.
Is it successful?
So he's still struggling. Well, he's still struggling. You've
Right,
got to give
he's
him
struggling.
some time.
Okay. Whose go is it now then?
I guess it's Brick's go. Go to Brick now.
So do these things not attack? So Brick can just continue stomping around, just crushing them all underfoot?
Yeah, they're just slowly walking. They're just really slow.
Right, so let's swing at them and I'm like a big elephant just stomping on mice.
Okay, so you're stomping on another couple of them, and they easily just crush under your feet. There's only 2 of them left now. Wow, and the one in Dylan.
Mm.
So these 2 little shards, they're almost at Hannah now. They're like by her feet. What are you gonna do?
Burning spray.
You're gonna burning spray at them.
Yes.
Okay. Lewis, you could just copy and
So-
paste her like description of what burning spray was. Just do it over again.
Okay.
Okay, so you cast your burn. That's the best burning spray description I've ever heard. Again.
Brilliant. Again, thanks.
for that.
Okay, next.
So she successfully burns away these 2 little shards. So you're just left with that one. Barry's somewhat successful. He's pulled Bubbles off of the shard. But as he does so, Bubbles just disappears in a poof. And Barry goes sprawling backwards.
Oh, so Bubbles did die, effectively.
Yeah, Bubbles.
So
is
Bubbles
dead
actually
now
didn't
again.
wasn't any help at all. All that happened was Bubbles just
Wow.
got in the way and stopped Barry from
Well, yeah.
saving Dylan. What now?
Well, Dylan's dying now. He's clearly dying. He's being stabbed repeatedly in the chest. Are you going to try and like maybe offer some assistance?
Yeah, can we drop like some sort of healing wave, healing stream, totem? I don't know.
Do you actually have any abilities to heal?
Don't we have some like patch up first aid kind of patch up first aid sort of ability?
Did you remember to bring any
Neither of us
bandages with
heal.
you?
No.
Any sticking plasters?
Dylan's like the healer. I don't.
Okay, so you've got.
Adventurer's kit.
Well, the gold isn't going to be much help.
Oh,
It
that's gonna
says
be
here
useful.
in my
That's
in
gonna
my
be really helpful.
items.
Let's just
Cloth
pop some gold in
armor,
the wound, no
implement,
prob.
Whether that is staff,
Work just like a charm.
adventurer's kit.
Why don't we just rip off some of Dylan's
I-
clothing and use it as
75
makeshift
gold as
bandages
well.
like they do in films?
I'll pop out to
Oh,
Tesco.
yeah.
You could try a
Pop to
tourniquet.
Tesco, it'll be fine.
You could tie it around his neck.
You've still got to get the thing out.
But
That
Brick
usually works if
is
it's on a limb
going
and
for
not
the
on a
shard
main
that's
body
in
part.
Dylan, and he's going to make a wild grab for
No,
it to
tourniquet
try
doesn't
and
work on
get it in
limbs.
his hand and grip it and then crush it in a metal fist.
Good heavens above. Okay, well, Brick grasps this shard, and it shatters, and poof, it disappears, and you're just left with your hand hovering over this massive gaping wound in Dylan's chest. Well, Dylan's dying. What an amazing ending to an adventure.